of you were hanging out waiting for the live to start. We were doing a little countdown over here, and as you can see, it is me and Riley today. I have something super cool that I'm going to share, but I'm going to let people build into the room so we can tell everybody who can make it. Now, today is Tuesday. What is it, Riley?
It's Tuesday, 2/22/22 at 2:22 p.m.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Correct. So we kept seeing this for the last week, and we were like, oh, that's just kind of fun, and I kind of want to do something at that time. I think that it's just a little special fun time. And I mean, who can seriously say that they sat in on a really fun announcement at 2:22 on 2/22/22? And only you guys. So that's kind of cool. Hi, Lady Bug Out.
Oh, my Collie and Kyle are on too.
Yes. So Riley's going to be watching her chat. I'm going to be watching this one because sometimes it does this crazy thing, and it's a little insane. Now, let me give you a backstory about what's going on today while we're making this announcement. I woke up this morning, and Riley and I have a project that we're working on that we're going to tell you about in a minute. Something special, something coming up, something fun, big announcement. But we were going to get ready for this chat today while we were doing that. Anyway, so I woke up and the van was shaking, like flailing in the breeze like it weighs an ounce. It is so windy today.
Very.
So all of our things that we had thought we were going to do,
like sit outside, you know.
we were going to have a nice campfire. This is my last night here in the Vegas area.
Sadly.
And there will be no fire. There will be no fire. On top of that, we are getting what is considered to be a cold front. Now, in comparison to the rest of you guys, I know you're in freezing conditions, so this is nothing. But it's a cold front for this area, and it's blowing in and literally blowing half the desert with it. So sneezing full effect, itchy nose, and I'm glad I didn't wash the van. That's all I can say. It's disgusting. So we are sitting currently in the van, and we have the windows blocked out so that you can still see us, but we can also see you guys.
You might see an awkward glare on this side from me, but that's all right.
But it's light, because otherwise we were going to have this overhead light, which was orange.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing the right shirt for this.
Okay, so let me get to some of these comments real quick, and then we'll move forward. Turn the van toward the wind. I am. The other day I was parked this way, and I felt like I was about to blow completely off of the side of a cliff. Not cool. So today I'm parked this way, and it's rocking us, but it's much better than it was.
I can't believe we got the same campsite.
I know.
Actually. I thought for sure somebody was going to take it.
It was, yeah, like I got here last night. So Riley and I have been exploring all over Vegas, having a good time. And yesterday we went and we stayed out a little bit longer than I thought we were going to. And I think both of us were kind of like, oh, the time has gone. And so we were sitting there trying to figure all of this out. And I came back to camp thinking I was going to end up in either not the same campsite or a completely different campground because it was really late. And I came back, and the biggest site in the entire place open.
The best spot.
Yes, and that's where we were before because we had us and then also Dawn with the box truck. So I thought for sure the little vans weren't going to get the corner again, but we totally did. Let's see. High today is 36. Oh, tomorrow's 21 though. You know, I'm going to send you warm thoughts because even though I'm probably going to be cold tomorrow, it's going to be warmer than that.
Yeah, I think today's a cold day here too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a high of only like 45, and my weather thing is not working right now.
Something about this area has been weird. So last night I came back to the campsite and it kept telling me connect to the internet.
Oh yeah.
And I had full signal, so I have no idea. It's just been weird.
Yeah.
The aliens, guys. It's the aliens.
Oh my God, it's like that thing when we were in courtside with the giant. I still say it was a balloon, but
it could have been. Hey, everybody. So let's do a little thing here. We have North Carolina in the house. We have the Adirondacks in the house. We have, let's see, South Carolina, Dallas, Texas, hey. And then we have Colorado in here. Washington,
Upstate
Ohio.
New York,
Oh my goodness.
South
So many
Carolina.
people in here, guys. So in just a few minutes, I am going to make the big announcement. I want to share something super, super cool. Pennsylvania, yes, Pennsylvania. But in the meantime, I kind of want to give you guys a little bit more of a recap as to what is coming up in way of the travel part. Because a lot of people have been asking me, where am I going after Vegas? So I'm going to go ahead and answer that. After this, I'm going to be slowly making my way back to Texas. Just for a short time, though. I have a few things that are going on, and it doesn't mean I'm going to make it back to Texas immediately. I am actually going to be going down back into Arizona, across the bottom part, across to New Mexico, and then into Texas. So I've got a lot of adventuring to go and some really cool places that I'm ready to share. Where are you going though, Riley?
I'm going to head west. Part of me thinks I might, so if you've seen my channel, I've done a lot of Route 66 videos lately, and it's always gone from like Chicago area to Vegas, because this is my new base camp. But now
Lucky.
I think I'm going to finish the rest of the Route 66
Woo!
trip. So ultimately end up in Santa Monica, California. And I have a brother who lives out in LA, so I'm kind of headed in that direction. And
Cool.
really just wing it. That's kind of how I
Very
travel.
cool. That's the best way to do it, just in my opinion. So that's what's kind of going on with the both of us, but that actually plays into our big announcement in just a few minutes also, just so you know. That wasn't just a random thing, guys. A lot of you have also asked me if I'm going to be doing a van tour on Chrome's channel. I do not know yet. Paul is in the Joshua Tree area. If he's getting slammed by this wind, it's probably very hard for him to film right now.
Right.
I don't know what his situation is though. I have no clue. So if he happens to be in the same place that I am when I am there, then they have emailed me and we'll do something. Again, it is what it is, and if it's meant to be, it will be. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. And then, oh my gosh, you guys have the most awesome roll call going on.
Yeah.
All of the different states. I bet there's somebody in here from almost every state right now. Wow, that is amazing.
We've got New Mexico, California,
Maryland.
Kentucky,
Oh my goodness. And
Alaska even.
we have somebody from close by in Nevada. Nice.
Really?
South Dakota, North Carolina
Oh,
again,
I love
Oregon,
South Dakota.
Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. That's all I can say about
Oh,
that.
someone's from Southern Illinois. I was wondering.
Woo!
I'm originally from Chicago. Anyone here from Chicago?
Chicago.
Yes.
Anybody?
I hear it's really cold up there.
Well, we know at least one person is from that area. Yeah. Okay, so I have been on here for about 7.5 minutes. The room is filled in nicely, so I think now it's time for us to start talking about our big announcement. We'll just kind of transition. So I told you Riley and I have been spending a lot of time together. We've been hanging out. It has been super, super fun. However, we're going to be parting ways and going in different directions when we travel. That's how it is when you have friends who van life.
Yeah.
So we decided that why not keep the fun going?
Oh, yeah.
We have so much fun when we are out and about, and then you guys get to see some of that in the episodes. But beyond that, it's all the silly, goofy, crazy, random things that we talk about and have fun with that makes our adventures fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, sometimes there's just not a place for all of that on the videos because my channel is very specific. We are in an area. This is what we are doing. So we thought it would be kind of fun to be able to share a little bit of that with you. Now, what do you guys think we're going to do to share that with you? I would like to see all of your comments and see where you think this is going. Oh, there's somebody from north of Chicago. Nice.
Yes, I saw that.
Somebody said a new channel. Okay. What else do we think? Zoom. Okay.
Zoom.
What else do we think here? A podcast. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Podcast, okay. We have a couple Zooms in here. A meetup. Lives once a week. A giveaway. Okay, there's so many cool ideas in
there's
here.
so many cool ideas.
If nothing else, I think that this is a good way for us to decide what we need to do.
Right.
Twitch. Oh yes, and then sharing a channel, cool. Writing a book. So,
oh, I don't know.
interesting things that are popping up in here. And what would you think if I told you that we had considered several of these?
Yeah.
Ultimately,
we've touched on a bunch of these topics.
we have
yes.
thought about a lot of things. However, the one that is the winner chicken dinner on this is what, Riley?
We're going to announce it. Are we
1,
ready?
2, 3. Podcast.
Well, I was going to say, we're starting a podcast.
We're going to do a podcast. We have to get our coordination together a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
But no, we are going to do a podcast. And we have decided that because a lot of people are constantly wondering what is going on within the way that we do things, not necessarily just the van life, but in all aspects, we are going to dive in and have the most random podcast of all times. In fact, we've already figured out a name, and should we share it?
I think we should.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
The Random Recap.
So, that... don't worry.
We did it!
We did it. I'm proud of us. But that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be diving into different kinds of topics that we don't necessarily always get to cover on our channels because we are considered to be travel channels.
Yeah.
And we're so much more multifaceted than just travel.
Yeah,
we do
behind
so
the
many
scenes,
things.
There's so much. We're
really
we
random.
got lots of funny stories.
True. And I think it would be super great to be able to kind of dive into some of that, and then also to take on some topics that really don't have a place on a travel channel.
Yeah, not really. Just like kind of more like get to know us a little bit.
Yeah.
Type things too.
So that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be bringing in some special guests along the way. Now, if you have received our text message in advance, you already know. I'm just saying, you already know. But we have some interesting stories that we want to tell, not only about ourselves, but about others. And then we want to have some off-the-wall, crazy, zany kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it'd be super fun for us to tackle subjects that really apply to nothing, but just make us laugh a lot.
Some, like, stuff like, what was one we discussed yesterday? Stories from Walmart.
Oh!
Which, you know, especially in this community, we've all seen.
We all have a
Walmart story, yes.
But silly things like that. Like what happens whenever we turn off the camera and live life.
Yes.
Because we have some crazy ones. Oh my gosh, thank you, Blind Views.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so today, because we went to the Orleans Casino, I now have a new theme item for saying thank you for these. It's a beads kind of day, guys. It's a beads kind of day.
There's so many. It's all like tangled right now.
I have a beads like mess. Let's see.
So many people are saying
Somebody
that's
asked
awesome.
if we're going to be adding this to YouTube also. We do actually have a YouTube secured.
Yep.
We're also going to be adding a Instagram. I don't know exactly what we're going to be putting on there, but again, it's random. It could be
random, yeah.
Could be literally anything.
You'll never know.
So if you do go and interact with those, then they're all going to be under the random recap. Of course, we just started them both up, so they may not be able to be found and searchable yet, but I will make sure to include a link in the description box of this after this goes onto the replay. So there will be that, and if you're interested, go for it. It'll be fun. We'll post all of our episodes. We won't be videoing all of our episodes in the traditional way, though. This is the thing that we kind of are trying to figure out with us moving, because we are constantly in motion. So what we're thinking is we are going to actually do our things remotely and then just have it where you can also listen to it on YouTube for now. Eventually, we hope to do some kind of like really cool setup where we can conduct back and forth via Zoom or in person. That would be kind of ideal.
Because, like, this isn't the last time we'll see each other.
No.
I mean, we're definitely going to meet up when we go to Disney, when we go...
We're willing that into
yes.
existence. But we have all of these interesting things that we have been talking about for the future, and this is part of it, and it's going to give you guys a good insight as to what happens when the camera stops rolling, because I think that that is the more interesting aspect of who we are. As much as people enjoy this aspect, there's so much more, guys. Yes, we are constantly in motion, including my hands.
Someone wants to know where we're going to do this podcast.
Okay, so since we are going to be doing it remotely, whenever we do link up in a setting like this, we will be actually recording on site wherever we are at that time, which is kind of nice. However, eventually we will be exploring like Zoom options or StreamYard options where we can put it together and then package it so that you guys can also have a visual. And I think that that's also something that has a lot of value. It also has a lot of challenges because of sound though. So those are things that we're exploring as we go, and I'm super excited. However, upon this announcement today, what are we doing right after this, Riley?
We're going to record a couple episodes for you.
Yes! So we're going to make sure that within a couple of weeks there are actually episodes already up so you can start listening to them, and we're going to try to be putting out one per week. That is our goal. We're crossing our fingers we can do that, but we want to make sure we have a small catalog for you all to start with. And the topics, again, will be extremely random. Whenever you do subscribe to the actual podcast, you will also be able to suggest topics, and we will randomly pick the random topics.
The random topics, yeah.
So it should be quite interesting, and it'll be a really interactive, fun space. And I'm hoping to eventually, after we get moving a little bit more, also be able to do some live random chats. That is the ultimate goal.
Some of these comments are so nice.
I
Someone said it'll be like the Jerry Seinfeld show, which I love.
That means we have to hide a Superman in every episode.
Right.
Yes.
The variety will keep it interesting. I love that.
It should be very, very interesting.
I'm originally from the suburbs of Chicago, but I also lived in the like uptown Lakeview area, north side of Chicago. Bounced around all over.
You were bouncing?
Oh, yeah,
like a ball.
Oh my gosh, we got love from Dublin.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Wait,
Linda.
like Dublin, Ireland or
Texas. There's a Dublin,
isn't
Texas.
there like one in Ohio? Am I making that up?
I don't know about Ohio, but
I'm gonna pretend it's the cool one. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
What platforms will the podcast be available?
Okay,
Good question.
Currently we are looking to set up on all of the major platforms. It will take a little bit to get acceptance into those. So we'll be for sure putting them on SoundCloud to start with, and then we'll be able to link to other platforms after. We're in the phase right now where we're just having to put up an actual physical episode so that we can get accepted into those, because it's like a process. There's a step-by-step thing. And so we already have our base cover art that we are so excited about.
It's so cute.
We will be releasing that as the first thing that will actually go up onto the YouTube platform. You'll be able to see that as our visual image, and then we'll also put it as our first image on our Instagram. Which will be very soon, and we'll cross promote it onto both of ours so that you guys can see it and know where to find it also. So that's done. We have our intro drop. Yes, that was done and taken care of, so we're good. And now all we have to do is do our podcast today. And again, we were planning on doing this really great like fireside chat kind of thing today. Not happening. But we have an indoor studio.
Yes.
A van is an indoor studio, guys.
A van can be anything.
A van is so many things. So this will just be one of those weird things that you'll be like, I'm listening to a podcast that was filmed in a van. Yes, you are.
I was right. Dublin, Ohio.
Nice.
There it is.
Dublin, California also. Wow. There's so many Dublins. There's so many other countries within our country.
Yeah.
It's like Paris, Texas has an actual Eiffel Tower.
Oh, really?
Yes, and there's also a place in Texas called Erath, but they call it Earth also, which is weird.
Really?
I don't know why.
Texas is one of those places I still have to like visit.
There's so much, but it's also not as van friendly.
It isn't?
There's not as many public spaces and lands.
I think that's why I gravitate towards the west side of the country.
That's why I don't like, I like state parks in Texas. They're fine, but paying for a state park when there's so many public lands other places is like, okay, I can always do that, but I may not always have the free other stuff. What is Riley's full channel name?
You can find me at Riley Does Life on YouTube, and then on Instagram it's Riley Does Life, but it's Riley_does_life. I hope that makes sense.
Somebody took her name.
Somebody, yeah.
So yeah, that's the big announcement, guys. We are doing a podcast. And you should have seen us yesterday. That was kind of potentially the moment where we were like, yes, we are doing this. And in doing this, we were actually, where?
We were at Caesar's Palace?
Caesar's Palace.
Caesar's Palace at the food court.
Yes.
Having an official first business meeting.
It was fabulous.
It was
We
awesome.
have talked about doing something like this for a bit, and finally we were just like, we're going to do this. We're actually going to do it. And we figured out the logistics of it. And that was the hardest thing. With starting anything that you want to do, you can do anything. You just have to figure out the logical side of how it works. And for us being traveling in totally different directions, it's hard. It's hard, but we sat down, and while Riley was having her dinner, we were like trying to hash it out and everything. And finally we figured out this is what we want to do. It'll be so awesome.
And we can do it.
Yes. And not to mention, I think that one of the things that'll make this extra cool is the fact that a lot of you haven't got to see Riley the way that I have gotten to see Riley. So you're going to get to see her chat it up a lot more. And then you already know I'm insane. I use my hands all the time. So it is what it is. but then you'll get to see this, and the people that we bring on board for the different episodes, that's what's going to make it just so epic, I think.
Somebody just pulled in.
Oh no.
An RV just pulled up.
Oh no.
That startled me. I was like,
Hang
what
on.
just happened? I think they're just turning.
They are. They're like, why do they have no windows?
Yeah, they're like, why are they just sitting in there?
With it on, yes. Don't worry about us.
That's so
But
funny.
yeah, I think it's going to be super fun. And because of the crazy topics, I think that's what's going to make bringing the guests on board very interesting. Because will they know what they're there for? No.
I know. We should just be like, come visit us on this day, or go on Zoom at this time, and then, oops, by the way.
It'll be super fun.
It's going to be great, yes.
And we, like I said, we have some really fun guests that we were kind of hashing out in our minds already. We have some plans, guys. And then topic-wise, again, super random. The few topics that we were kind of already putting down that we wanted to discuss today are going to be wild. I would like to say that this particular content is going to be from mild to wild.
Mild to wild. That's a good way to put it, yes.
It's going to be kind of all over the place. Some episodes may not be as exciting to watch as others when it comes to just the subject matter, and that's okay.
I'm hoping we can get into some of the hilarious nitty-grittiness. You know, when the two of us get together, hilarity ensues.
Yes.
So it should be pretty fun.
Blind views, just sub to you, Riley.
Oh, thanks.
Woo! Wait, that deserves beads
Oh,
again.
right. Some
Beads.
Yes.
Beads. But yeah, that's the interesting thing about what we were going to put out to do, and we wanted to do so that you guys could kind of like have something that's a little different. And also this will bring in some of the conversations that do get brought up while we're in van life also, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because those are valid things.
Yeah,
like
those
for
are,
example,
yeah.
how many times, Riley, have you been asked about dating in van life?
Oh, a few. Yeah.
That's a funny topic overall.
That is a great topic.
Because it factors into not just dating in van life, but what are your thoughts on dating in general? And have you ever had a bad date, a pickup line, all sorts of weird things like that. Those are the things we talk about around our fire that are just weird. And then we have a friend who is a physical superhuman. She is. And you know who.
Oh, I know who.
We have a friend who is a superhuman. And so talking to her about her superhumanness might be interesting.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. Like, she's definitely got some stories that one up anything I could tell.
Right. And you know how I like stories on my channel. So that's the whole purpose of doing this, is to bring those stories that are just weird, funny, don't really have a place in van life content to you guys. And then it'll be fun. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on for a few minutes and talk to you guys about that, and leave a few breadcrumbs along the way. I will make sure that on my community tab that you will know when the first episodes are physically posted and where you can find those. And then also we will share that cover art and things like that with you as it is available very, very soon. But thank you guys for coming to our big announcement.
Yes. And one more time, let's tell them what the podcast name is going to be called. The Random Recap.
Yes! Again, if you have any kind of ideas as to things you would like to see on the Random Recap until the page is up, leave them in the comments after this has gone to the replay. After it's gone to the replay, anything that's in there will get factored into if we're going to throw it in here or there. And if you don't see your idea pop up, don't get discouraged. We're going to just keep on moving with those, kind of like an ongoing bucket list, and we'll address them as we can go. Ladybug out. Ladybug out.
Woohoo!
We got our eye on you for a guest.
Sam.
I'm just saying. But with that said, guys, thank you guys for coming by for the live announcement. This is Riley Does Life, and I am Bunny Plays here, and we will see you guys soon. Until then, I have a video that posted today. Riley has one that posted yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Yes. No, it's the day before yesterday. I have another one coming out Thursday.
So go check those out. And again, leave comments below if you have something random that you would like to hear talked about. Bye, guys!